SMG related again, very much about those guys doing exactly what they want to do, running around the shed and keeping people at bay. ARs don't really get much of a look in at times. Then you come over to the Rocks Hill, and that's where the ARs start to shine. Once again, they can start to ping people off from distance, and the SMG almost becomes a little bit non-existent in that one. And then you get over to the Bunker Hill, and people with SMGs, once again, still rocking it. The ARs can struggle at certain times. But heading into the ban and protect now, tactical mask taken away. I haven't seen that today.
We haven't seen that one today so far, so that's an interesting one. MR6 ban, flash ban, concussion, all regular things, but the tac mask ban. So why would they ban tac mask, then ban flash ban and concussions?
Well, obviously they're taking away the tactical mask, and then they don't.
It's sort of. Does it force the flashbang?
Yeah, it frees up the perk free, so they don't have to rock the perk free greed, meaning obviously they're free to run blast suppressors, don't have to worry too much.
Yeah.
They've got points for the rest of their classes. Taking away some of the tacticals also frees up the classes. And some of the things that I used to experience when playing online is I loved it when people banned certain attachments on guns, because it basically freed up my class to play around with anything else. And I found that I was more comfortable playing without certain things than other people were. So it almost played into my favor. And I suppose the ban and protect for me, it's not necessarily just about trying to ban out your team. It's more about, you know, making sure the game plays into your hands, giving you the best opportunity and environment to thrive in. And that's what I think Millenium are doing there. They're not particularly happy with how they want this setup to go. Maybe they've got experience on how Orbit like to play, and they're just trying to play the game to their liking at this point.
Well, as we can see, the rest of the ban and protects did come in, and was the Shiva ban, all bans actually, the high caliber ban and the rapid fire ban. So realistically, minus tactical mask, pretty standard bans across the board. Quickly having a look at the specialist: Kinetic Armor, Heatwave, Scythe, and Tempest for Team Millenium. And then the other side of things, Orbit is Purifier, Heatwave, Active Camo, and Scythe. Active Camo, I mean, it's only really there to break hills, surely.
Yeah, well, it's very good for just getting in behind enemy lines. You think if you're you're going on the third hill, you've got your AR in the back behind the truck, it can be really, really difficult to kind of push him off. You use the active camo to try and get in. It's very hard to see someone pushing through. So it can just give you that extra second in which you are given that ability to make a play onto that AR and push him out so you can get hold of the spawns. And it's about rotating around the map, which ideally doesn't have that many different ways that you can actually get through the map without being seen. So having something like active camo running about and you are able to get in and surprise people can be really beneficial for your team. And
the Purifier on this map, I would say probably just for bunker is where it really is beneficial. I think it's not a great pick on this map. It's good for one bit of it, which is technically a money hill. I mean, you know, you can get a lot of points on that bunker. So if you can use that to break or hold that, then fantastic, because then you could possibly get 60 points. But where else can it be used?
I mean,
in general,
when you come to the last hard point on this map, I would say a lot of people will sit behind the boxes in the middle, and it can be pretty difficult to take someone off there if they're hiding behind it. And if someone just flies around there firing a Purifier off, you can get lucky enough to hit them with it and take them down, giving you a nice clean break. That is one of those hills that can be difficult to actually break down. So the Purifier, not too bad in that situation.
All of this technology in Black Ops 3, such as kinetic armor, and they haven't figured out any heat protective gear. I mean, let's be honest, it's a flaw. It is a flaw. Somebody would have thought of it. I mean, people have things like Heatwave and a Purifier, and you haven't got anti-flammable clothing. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I think the Black Ops and the CDP really need to take a look at themselves and say, right, this is something we need to address, because people keep getting set on fire and getting set on fire very, very quickly, and they die very, very quickly, and it's a big issue.
Maybe we should go into business and sort that out.
Maybe we should. Well, this is just a game, so it's not real.
We're going to jump on board with Tommy to kick things off. Obviously, Millenium starting on the stronger side for this first hard point, and it's about holding those spawns going into the mansion. And we'll see exactly how these two teams go towards. Maracat's going to push with Tommy through this mansion. Tommy actually going to push right out onto these rocks. And he's actually going to be caught out by Gordo there, as Maracat jumps into the hill with the RK5, and he does get a kill. Real slays him down very quickly, and Swanee is going to push through to this fire pit. He has spotted someone on the left. He does not get him, though. He is pushed away. And Tommy just answering kills backwards and forwards. And this is a great start for Orbit right now, as Levin has pushed in. He does get taken down in the end, and Orbit still in control.
Yeah, real nice start by Orbit. Do get the first points in the board, but you know, it's a very long drawn-out game. Hard point. Millenium will definitely get some points of their own. A few kills going to come in there for their team, and we do have ManCave and Jade inside the hard point. Does go down, though. ManCave is left all alone. There's 3 kills going to come in there for Orbit. Lots of kills, actually. Duriel taking down 20 as well, and suddenly ManCave is last one alive inside the point. He does make a couple of kills. Millenium caught that one right up now. 10 points to 17, but Orbit in control. Get those final few scraps. A couple of kills going to come in there, and that is a lot of shouting coming out of Orbit. We are only 30 seconds in. Do you remember?
ManCave pushing through this garage. He has got control of the hard point with Swanee. 2 ARs doing their job right now while the SMGs regain themselves. Tommy is sitting up on this top kitchen, just patrolling the area. Jerd has swapped into the hill. Swanee's pushed out onto this front porch. Just to stop anyone pushing from the rock. They have seen that no one's going to be spawning there. Obviously going to be spawning from the shed and push through this front door. Swanee has jumped to the hard point. ManCave makes 2 kills. Gordo comes around the back and takes him down. Here comes Mimis as well. He's taken down. Gordo still in the hill. He's also taken away. This is some scrappy Call of Duty all of a sudden. We got full streaks for ManCave here on an 8-kill streak. Incredibly good stuff.
11-2. ManCave is on an absolute tear at the moment. He is really doing things for Millenium at this moment in time, making all the kills that he needs to. Has Cerberus available as well. He's in a bit of start trouble now, not quite. Does manage to make that kill. He's going to pick up more points from Millenium. ManCave is heated at this moment in time. This is our last game of the day. He is probably just going to get caught out. Nelly makes the kill. Mimis does come in there with the enemy, takes him down. But Tommy makes up the 2 pieces of his own as they do rotate around to the 3rd hill.
Yeah, ManCave coming around the back. He does take out the anchor, and I believe that's Swanee going to be pushing around there as he's taken down. Jerd is in the hill right now with this Cuda, spotting that they are going to be spawning on that back laboratory as Jerd looks to make some more kills. Still playing ring around the rosies with this shed, staying alive. ManCave is also in the hill, looking to pick up the scraps where Jerd left off. Jumps around the corner. He is challenged by 2 managers to get the kill, and the Cerberus picking up the other one. Here comes the Cerberus. He's going to take control of it and spot them coming out of the lab. He gets 1, and it has been EMP'd very quickly. Smart plays from Orbit, and he's just going to lay low as the incoming flood from Orbit comes out, and it's not going to be enough. Jerd using the HCXD to full effect. They are still spawning on the laboratory. It's going to be called out as Tommy goes for the challenge. Jerd picking up a HCXD kill and a Cuda kill as they're still spawning on this back laboratory. You really need to make themselves move a bit better. They just keep flooding out there and feeding kills towards this Millenium side as Jerd is racking up a score right now.
Yeah, Jerd really going off at the moment. As you said, touched on it just a little bit there. Orbit are seen to be streaming one by one in. They don't seem to be any sort of pinching, any sort of flanking round to try and prevent Millenium from doing anything. There is a lot of access points to that hard point. They should be utilizing those access points and moving around as a team. They seem to just be literally, like, say, all right, Millenium, we're going to line up. We're going to line up for you, and you can shoot us all, one by one. And that's exactly what happened. Millenium suddenly have a 70-point lead. That was very well played, though. I mean, ManCave has got 17 kills, and he's only died 5 times. Currently has a Tempest in his hand. Did go down with that, though, so on board with Jerd. Does have Hellstorm available. Kinetic Armor's there, too. Looking really good for Millenium so far.
This is quite a close game to start off with, and Millenium have just absolutely smashed it out of the park.
They've really pushed them back in there, but they will now have a hold of that bunker. They did try to get around there. It's not going to happen. Gordo and Mimis picking up kills, though, so they are going to hold this down. And if they can hold this, they will be right back into this game, but it's going to be quite hard with Millenium. Aren't going to be able to push in. You can see Millenium stacking their weight and they're taking their time. And here it comes. Here comes the pinch. A lot of players from Millenium coming in, and a lot of players from Orbit to go down. EGL event. It's Kappa, I think, picks up 2. Duriel then cleans things up on ManCave. So they come away with it, Orbit. And once again, Millenium are going to have to try and stack up and try and do something about this. And Tommy's in a big issue as there's a grenade below his feet. Takes down him and Jerd. Lots of kills coming in here from Orbit, and they've really caught up yet. 133 to 50 now. It's not looking too bad. Gordo picks up 2, but does go down to Tommy on board with Duriel, and he tried to hold it down, but a couple of kills going to come in here for Millenium. They were in control. Mimis has got something to say about that. He pushes in, as does Kappa again with the kill onto ManCave again. Another one for him. Swanee picks up 2. Is he going to be able to pick up the 3rd as well? Not quite. He doesn't need to. Tommy does it for him. And suddenly Millenium do get a hold of that hard point, but with only 15 seconds remaining on the clock.
Yep, Orbit going to be moving for this, shooting that Hellstorm out of the sky. And you have to say this maybe game was lost at the ban and protect stage, Ton, because no M8 ban has just really come back to haunt them. Swanee having a solid game so far. ManCave absolutely doing work with it so far. And you have to realize when you're banning ARs, you're not just banning out one person, you're banning out two people. We've also got Jerd and Tommy who like to use an AR themselves. So you give them an M8, they can definitely use it with the best of them. As the Hellstorm comes in from Jerd, just hit markers for him so far. As Orbit just really struggling to get anything here.
Jerd picks up those kills actually in the end. I think he was the MP, so it didn't come up on the kill feed. Tommy picking up kills, as does Swanee, and we are just seeing a kill feed full of Millenium players taking down Orbit players. 172 to 58 is the score. And Millenium looking very solid for the win here. I haven't seen Orbit kill in about 20 seconds.
So Orbit are coming off the spawn right now. Mimas has jumped into the hill to pick up this scrap time. And it's going to be going over to the match. He jumps into the top science lab, picks up the kill on ManCave. Goes for the challenge on table, doesn't work out. Jerd shuts him down. He's still got a lightning strike in his back pocket. The only one with streaks in his name, but it's not going to make too much of a difference considering the score right now. As ManCave does eventually lose his position. Tommy just regaining it with an important two-piece to keep them out for the remainder of this hill, it would seem, as they start to spawn out very far from the rocks. And Jerd and his friends can just get themselves set back up to hold this hill as much as they possibly can. 50 points from the streaks. No, he's going to get taken down. It is answered back once again from Millenium. They're just doing such a great job of trading kills, Ton.
Yeah, and it's every single time we see them. They're coming up as the advantageous position every single time. If they lose a kill, they make two more. It's always the situation where they're covering each other's backs. It's looking very, very good for them. 217 and rising. They're going to pick up those final 10 points as well. They're going to be within about 20 points within touching distance of the 250. Orbit don't even have 70 yet. This is looking very good for Millenium, and they're putting this one away in good fashion.
Mimas is going to get taken down once again, and the spawns are just sporadic at the moment. Millenium just sitting in the hill, racking up the time as this game's coming to a close right now. Tommy challenging again with the heat wave. Mimas picks him up just to give them a fighting chance going on to this shed. He pushes in with his teammate. It is contested, manages to get the kill, and they do have control of the hard point. It's been a while since I could say that for Orbit, as Millenium are starting to spawn on this laboratory side, and they're pushing down, trying to seal the game out. And it looks like a good little spell from Orbit, but can they hold on and get something out of this? They're about to be 100-point clubbed at this point, as Tommy is still fighting to try and shut that one down. But Orbit doing their best to hold it out as best they can. Mimas picks up 2 kills, looking for a third one, trying to challenge the log. It's not going to happen. He's still fighting them off with 10 seconds left on this hill. You
can see now Millenium are stacking. They're doing what Orbit didn't manage to do. Now they push in together. Tommy makes one. Another kill, answer back, and onto Jerd and onto ManCave. So good work by Kaba to hold that one down. But it is a 3-piece for him. Swanee is going to pop up Mimas off the next point. But this moment in time, Millenium are only 7 points away. Good catch up by Orbit. They've got about 30 points on the board since Millenium got some of their own. But Millenium going to try and push in here. 3 kills do come in there. Jerd has popped kinetic armor. This is going to spell trouble for Orbit. 1 kill, 2 kills. Had already made 2 previously as well. Looking really good for Millenium. They're going to walk away 250 to 103. Very convincing performance from them. Very,
very convincing indeed. I mean, you just had to say Orbit just didn't really think about what they were doing when they were challenging the hills, and when they did challenge the hills, they just lost all the trades and couldn't quite get themselves back into the game. Millenium just shut out, and they were laughing at them, and so they tried to challenge by the single file, and it didn't quite work out for them, and they're going to have to go into the next game knowing that they've, well, quite literally been spanked.
Yeah, I mean, they really did get put to the sword. They got handed that L hard, unfortunately. So Millenium going to walk away with that map. They're 1-0 up in the series. Looking good for them. Orbit, however, unfortunately, I mean, I think that's going to be a sort of trend as we're going to see the rest of the series go on. Albeit, I think it's only going to last another 10 minutes. I definitely think they've got